Siler, host, creator, and producer of Special People Special Issues. I'm here at the Abilities Expo. Technology has changed. We'll find out just how that has changed. All that and much more when SPSI starts right now. Welcome to this edition of Special People Special Issues, the one and only program that focuses on the needs, concerns, and achievements of the differently able. For the last 16 years, I've been focusing on issues involving people with disabilities. Now today, we will focus on the abilities of people at the Abilities Expo in New Jersey. Let's take a look on how people with abilities have been dealing with daily life.
It's the first accessible mid-size SUV that's come to market. It's based on a conversion that we did with our X-Way, which was the Honda Element, which unfortunately Honda stopped producing.
What was one of the main reasons why Honda stopped producing, or other manufacturers stopped producing this car?
Oh no, this car they do produce. It was the Honda Element that they stopped producing. Unfortunately, Honda looks at sales numbers just like everyone else does, and on the unconverted side and the regular retail side, it just wasn't that popular of a car. So we look to this. Hondas are great vehicles. This had the right interior space for us. It had the right design characteristics. So it's really a great transition from the Honda Element X-Way. And we are going to be releasing a few more vehicles. Freedom Motors has always been known as the innovator in our industry. We convert things besides vans because, let's face it, people want a choice with what they drive. And
what is your opinion of the fact of people with special needs being independent, especially behind the wheel?
Well, I really don't differentiate. I'm the father of a disabled child, and it kind of makes me cringe in a sense that they're separated, that there's a kind of an us and them mentality with it. People in wheelchairs are no different than you and I, and they want choices with their vehicles, and I think that we provide them with that choice. It's a really great business to be a part of.
What was one of the reasons why this company created these vehicles, especially with the wheelchair ramps? Was there a particular reason?
Well, Anthony Van Dillen, who was the founder of our company, brought the rear entry minivan concept over from the Netherlands in 1985. He saw a real need where, at that time, mostly full-size vans was all that was available, and people wanted choices. So really, our company is based on giving people in wheelchairs a choice in what they drive, but also innovating within the industry and expanding what can be done and who can be accessible and what can be accessible. My daughter isn't in a wheelchair. She is developmentally disabled, but once again, I want my daughter to be recognized as an individual, not as a disability, not as somebody that's different. And I think that we've made a lot of strides in that direction. It's an ongoing battle that a lot of people are becoming more aware of, and I think it's really a great thing. But as far as independence, everyone should be allowed to be as independent as they possibly can. A lot of people I've noticed, especially with my daughter and with dealing with people in wheelchairs, is that people don't really recognize the fact that they're people, just like any other able-bodied person is, with wants, desires, needs, dreams, and the wheelchair should define somebody, the disability should define somebody. Everyone should be measured as an individual in themselves.
This is a product that is for an outdoor use. It is a track standard, and you can sit down in the chair and move, or you can stand up and move in it, and it is built to go outside in snow. You can go in some water with it. It's beach able, and it's mainly just to get outside and to enjoy the outdoors again, or for the first time. A lot of people like to use it if they are on a ranch or out, wanting to fix their vehicle. They can now stand and do that. So it can pretty much go anywhere. It doesn't get stuck. It's just a really new, cool thing to use. Well, actually, the inventor of the product, his son became paralyzed, and he wanted to find something that he could get him back outside because they sold ATVs and that sort of thing.
All-terrain vehicle.
Yeah, they sold those at the time, and he just wanted something where his son could go back outside. So it came out of a place of love and a necessity for his family. And so he came up with this idea and brought it to the marketplace for other people to enjoy. Well, I can't speak for before the technology, but I know that with our product, he's always wanting to improve it and make it better so that more people can use it. And that's why the product comes with different welded holes for different attachments. And so you can put a gun rack on it, you can put a fishing pole holder, you can put like a utility box. So we try to come up with things that people can use. Even with the gun holder, you could use it to hold a rake and use a rake. You can go golfing with this because the armrests pop up. So there's lots of different things people find uses for it. And we're willing as a company to keep improving so that more and more people can use it. Well, personally, we deal with a lot of wounded warriors that have lost limbs due to the war. And I'm amazed at what they do in a day. They do a lot more activities in a day than sometimes I do. And it's awe-inspiring, and it is just amazing to me. I just am blown away with what they can do, and that they keep getting up and trying every day. And I mean, it's inspiring to me.
Special People, Special Issues, the one and only program that for the past 16 years has been focusing on the needs, concerns, and achievements of the differently able. I've always been your host, Lauren Silent. On this fantastic edition, we will focus on how people have been able to have abilities for many years. We're here today at the Abilities Expo in New Jersey.
I'm with Abilities365.com. I am the community manager for the entire platform, so I work with all the different companies involved as well as the members. And I'm here because I'm trying to introduce everyone to our new online resource community. So what we do is we have a bunch of these people who have booths here, the different companies. They join our website, they put up profiles, and within these profiles they put up a big about section with themselves, links to their company, their social media, and then they put up a bunch of assets. They put up documents that they have, webinars, videos. They put up special offers just for members. So it's a great way for members to interact directly with the companies. If someone can't make a show, they get the experience year-round online. If someone doesn't want to take home all the papers from here in a bag, but they can go home and download it or view it. A lot of the companies have a lot of information that they can't print for every event. So again, there's more online. So it's a great way to extend the experience. Members that join for free, so different individuals, can go and look at all this information, download it like I said, but they can also interact with other members. So members put up their own profile, maybe somewhat similar to some of these social media communities we see, and they can put up as much or as little as they want, including their own social media accounts, blogs, huge bios, personal stories about themselves, or you can keep it minimal and just go on to really use the sponsors' assets as well as the newsroom that we have. So that's that. Well, definitely being with Abilities Expo. I mean, it's one of the world's largest trade shows for people with disabilities. I think that carries a lot of weight. The people and the companies involved with Abilities Expo, same thing. They're at the top of their game, and they're now involved with us in extending both their company and the show. And I like it because not only, again, members join for free, but there's a lot of special offers and like different benefits for members that are only for Abilities365.com. And not only are we a resource community, but I like to look at it as a relationship builder for people with companies as well as one another. So there are a lot of different facets that are involved.
Tell me the reason why you're here today and what your organization does.
I Rec My Life Center for Empowerment. We effectively do coaching and mentoring. We do webinars, we do seminars, we do conferences. What we are striving to is helping people with disabilities, youth and adults. We have different tracks, as well as their siblings and their parents. So I always say I was born with spina bifida, and my goal is I want to see more people out there enjoying their life, getting out their careers, becoming independent, having more friendships, and also at the same time creating more of an inclusive environment for the families. So I always say the unsung heroes are the parents and like the siblings. So it's like getting involved in adaptive sports. So like I'll ride a hand cycle, and then my sister's learning how to ride her bike at 30. When I was a kid, my mom wouldn't let her ride a bike because she felt bad because I couldn't. So it's like now that I'm getting involved in adaptive sports, now we're all doing stuff together. And we teach everything about like careers, like helping them kind of get the confidence that they want to go out and have a job and kind of and get out there and even doing volunteering, anything to kind of like improve their life and social interaction. You know, I was told I was never going to walk, I wasn't going to graduate college, and I'm kind of like, forget that. You know, whatever they say, we have to change stereotypes, and the only way to change stereotypes is to put ourselves out there. That's my goal. I think a lot of it is that they're not, people are nervous in terms of being able to interact. They don't know the right thing to say, the right thing to do, and I think a lot of times if we just show that we're just like everybody else, we might do things a little bit different, but we do everything, you know, and we just, like I said, it's just a different way. Sports, you could do it anyway. Right now, it's a lot of sort of high impact energy seminars and webinars, right? We're getting people involved, we're getting people being excited about life, and it's also introducing them to sports, and also introducing them to doing activities with their families, getting involved in kind of like, we have this boot camp, which is like 2 days. At the end of it, we have people like doing fashion shows, because I want you to be proud of who you are. I want you to be proud of how you look, how you appear, because that's what's going to translate to the rest of the world to make you excited.
We manufacture both custom and mainstream products to help those with special needs or those in pain, suffering in pain with their hand or wrist. Originally, and this is very recent, we came up with the product no more than about 6 months ago when I was having a conversation with actually a family member who is an occupational therapist for special needs children in school systems. And she mentioned to me in passing that none of the pencil grips that were currently on the market were really helping anyone, and that they needed a better pencil grip to help them with their motor skills, help them hold a pencil from preschoolers up to even teenagers and adults. So I said I'm a manufacturing company. I'm an engineer myself, and I have a partner who's an engineer. We have like 40 years of engineering experience, and we have manufacturing equipment as well. Being entrepreneurs, I jumped on the chance to see what we could come up with. So we took her comments to heart, and then came up with a prototype that really took advantage of the whole hand. Brought her the prototypes, and she was floored at how different it was and how it incorporated not only the 3 fingers of the hand, but something we learned today. This is, to be honest, our first Abilities Expo. Our predominant market has been, young children learning to hold pencils, but what we found was that people suffering with CP and MS and other conditions of the hand loved the fact that the entire hand was incorporated when holding this specific product, because it helped them hold the pencil and it's been giving them the ability to write in a more comfortable what am I trying to say? Just greater ability to write. And in fact, one of the outcomes of this show for us is I'm going back to the drawing board, and I may come up with a modification of this product that even is more tailored to support those with these kind of, I'm looking for the right word, I don't want to insult anybody, but these kinds of special needs. I'm an engineer, a scientist, and an inventor, and a business person, so I'm not that familiar with this particular area. And I'm right, and that's my point. I just want to make sure that I say the right thing, is that people that have the condition of CP and MS, there are some feedback I've received that I can actually modify this product to be more specific and help even more those that are suffering from the condition. So that's been a really huge feedback. And in fact, one of the things I want to do as soon as I get back to my office is we're going to incorporate, instead of a mechanical pencil, we're going to add a pen, because we got a whole bunch of requests for a pen to be in the device as opposed to a pencil. So this has been a great experience for us. I'm open to all ideas. We have the ability to make literally anything. The real question just becomes, from a business perspective, if we do go down the path of a new product, can we make it so it's viable as a business product? That's all we need to do. In order for us to succeed, we need to sell them. So if we made a product like that and there was enough interest, yes, thrilled to participate in that.
Now, one last question.
Sure.
What are some of the misconceptions about people with special needs when they first meet? Knowing that this is the ability.
Yes. So I'll give you my own perspective on it. My perception is that since the, is it okay to say affliction? Is that an okay word? Or yes, okay. So those afflicted with CP, I'm having having trouble separating and I think maybe a lot of people do, the mechanical condition from the mental acuity. Like I can't, or auditory acuity. So when I look at a person that is sitting in a wheelchair and has certain as a person not afflicted with it, looking at people who have the affliction, I'm having trouble. Has dealt with it. Okay. Because again, I don't want to insult anybody. This is a tough thing. I realize. I forget that the person can probably hear perfectly fine, and in fact can understand everything perfectly fine, and these are really motor skill related concerns, and it's just hard for me. That's a misconception that I have had, and it's been helpful for me to learn that although the person that has the condition may need assistance in conveying their messages are clear and concise, and they understand the world around them. And that's been a challenge for me personally, and I'm sure it is for a lot of people, not realizing that the mind is there, the body's not responding.
Well, what this is our body support, and this is unique to the Pure system. And the fact that you can put it on you on the front, and so you can see exactly what you're doing, as opposed to having to try and get a sling behind you. And then, with just a little bit of instruction, we'll show you how you can get this on yourself. First, I'll put it on you and explain to you the process of doing it independently. Person size, yes, we have all different sizes of thigh supports, and what we would do is match it up. If this was actually for you, we would match it up with the style of size support for your needs. But the thing of it is with this, you can put it on yourself and transfer it independently.
Okay, what's the difference between this product and
Hoyer is a particular brand of wood, and this brand here is Sure Hands. Hoyer lifts, I believe, are sling-based lifts, and so what you would do is you would be using a cross sling.
Thank you.
Hoyer lifts also would not be an independent use lift, where this could be.
All right, one last question. What's the importance of this product to get people in and out of situations like moves?
This is a transfer system, and so what it is to transfer you from your chair to a full environment. This is a floor. That's why we have our barrier and swimsuit off. This here could transfer anywhere in the house, from a bed to a bathtub to a toilet. When you are in this particular accessory, the body support, there's nothing under your bottom, so you'll be able to lower your trousers and get onto a toilet, for example. And many times you could do this by yourself.
Well, as as you can see behind me, people with special needs have been globally changing our world and becoming more able instead of disabled. Reporting from the Abilities Expo, I'm Lauren Seiler for Special People, Special Issues. See you next time.